Welcome to Bellinzona. We have 3 primary castles here in Bellinzona, all UNESCO. Look at these views. We're hiking through Switzerland, Swiss cheese trails. Subscribe, follow me. We are in the Castle Sasso Sasso Carbaro. All right, I have some information. I got smart and I got a brochure. This is the top castle, highest castle it is. Look at that. Oh, so this is apparently a very classic styled castle. The lookout tower is behind me in the center of the structure. The dungeon is below, and this castle was built. Let me open my brochure. Now I'm going to spin around and look at the valley toward Lago Maggiore. So this castle was constructed in 1479 in 6 months, it says, which is pretty crazy. And it was built to help fortify against the Swiss Confederates when the Swiss were occupying this area back in the 1400s. All these castles have changed names throughout the years, throughout the centuries, but they're now all UNESCO protected and owned by the canton or the Swiss government as a whole. So, looking down at Castle Grande, where we just came from, which is in the middle of town, is where the first human settlement happened. That hill, that rock, is called San Michele, and the first settlement dates back to 5000 BC. So that's early Egyptian time period. That's like step pyramids. Giza was 2500 BC, if I have my dates right, and the step pyramids were 4 to 5000. Which are way older. If you get a chance to go down there to Cairo and head on over to the pyramids. I was lucky enough to do that back in 1991. How's that for dating myself? And the step pyramids are up the Nile a bit from Cairo, whereas the pyramids of Giza and the Sphinx, I believe, are north of Cairo. Anyway, there are still paintings in the step pyramids, which are just crazy. So I'm talking about the step pyramids, and I should be talking about Castel Grande, but that area dates back, and it's the Neolithic period. The first structure was built in, I guess, about the 400 AD, 4th century AD, and this castle dates back, I guess, to the first fort to the 6th century. And the 14th century was the first time this castle was called the Castel Grande. All right, so that is some history there. And let's get some more view of the valley over here. I mean, this is a great time to 360, obviously. And you can see okay, so the train station is straight down from here. And on the train, I've been able to see this castle up here barely, and the train kind of goes under Montebello, so you don't see that at all, and you just get a quick glimpse of Castel Grande. Yeah, I'm starting to learn the names. So coming through town on the train and staying on the train, not a good way to go. You got to get out of the train and walk around a bit. This is, it's not really much of a museum, I guess. Of course I'm not going in, but there is a second floor here, so I guess you can go around. I would I'll check on that before I leave, but I did do a lot of castle tours down by Thun. So when I get to those videos, look up the castles of Thun There are a bunch of castles down there, and it's just spectacular stuff. That's where the gesture was invented. The first named gesture came out of Thun. That was one thing I remember of that. All right, so this is Bellinzona. Next stop is, oh no, I forgot it again. Montebello. Sorry, one quick interesting custom that I found for Castel Grande. There's restaurants in all of these castles, so you can come up here and eat. The best way, if you're not biking, is to take that. You can take the bus if you don't have a car, but that blue kind of fun train. It's not a train. It's like a Disneyland ride, and you can take that through town, and that comes up here. I saw it when I was down there. I saw it up here. That may be the best way to get around to do that weird dorky thing, but if you don't have a car or a bike, that's the way to do it. They've got one of the same sort of attraction in Locarno. I haven't seen it in Lugano, but I can believe it exists in Lugano as well. It must be a Ticino thing. But anyway, my point of this little sidetrack is to say, when I was down there and it was lunch, I saw a lot of people bringing their lunch up who were locals, who worked in town, and a lot of pizza boxes in particular. That's what caught my eye. So I think it's a little tradition to head on up to the Castel Grande and have a quick lunch in the courtyard with a friend or two during lunchtime. Boy, this is a pretty good view. You get everything here. Well, if nothing else, pause here and do your 360 controls. You got the great castle behind me and a couple of castles in all of Bellinzona in front of me, down to the lake south and the valley toward Gotthard, and the rest of Europe to the right. Thanks for tuning in.